I want to share a few updates, just my latest thinking when it comes to lead generation. So for every single real estate business, in my opinion, there has to be a core foundation for lead generation that is going to result in referrals and past clients. You might be a newer agent or an agent who has relocated to a new area, or just somebody who doesn't have a very thoroughly developed database of past clients, friends and family, and people who can refer you. This has to be a number one mission for you. If you do not have a system in place to develop and grow a database that can and will send you referrals, you are always going to be on the hamster wheel of having to rely on your next lead, right? And so a lot of times when real estate agents are telling me, Steph, I really need some help. I feel so scattered and my business is inconsistent and I never know where my next client is coming from. That is a big red flag. That's a big problem. And that is showing you that you have a lead generation system issue. And we can correct this. So number one, you have to make sure that you have the right system in place to develop a database of people who know, like, and trust you, who understand how to refer you, and who will refer you. Now you might say, but Stefanie, I do have a database and they just don't show up for me. I'm not getting a lot of referrals. Well, you probably have to teach them how to refer you. And so we can do that too. Now, aside from that really important pillar, you need a minimum of 3 solid lead generation sources. Okay, so that can be one of them. And by the way, the rule of thumb for your database is for every 100 people that you have in that database, you want to see 8 to 15 deals per year coming directly from that database in the form of past clients, like repeat business, direct business, and referrals. You need another minimum of 2 lead sources that are going to consistently drive predictable business into your pipeline. So for me, it looks like organic social media leads from Instagram. For you, it might look like a combination of open houses and other types of referral channels, whatever else agents are doing these days. I know there's a lot of different things that we can be doing, but it's not going to look the same for you as it does for me, as it does for the next agent. The way that you can kind of determine how close you are to having 3 solid lead generation sources is by tracking your metrics. You should be doing this every week. You can look at your metrics in terms of every contact, every inquiry, every lead you have gotten year to date, and you can determine where those lead sources are. So start grouping them in, whether they're referrals or whether they're database, whether they're from somewhere else. And then by counting how many of those closed, you can determine your conversion rates on those. So then you take the top 3 lead generation sources and you can really develop proper systems to continue to generate those clients consistently year after year. Now, the next system is lead conversion. All right, we don't want to start with lead generation. And in my opinion, I would way rather generate far fewer leads than I need and convert as many opportunities as I possibly can. That's why I am not a fan of the cold calling, the door knocking, the blowing up social media leads, like buying online leads, that kind of stuff. I think there's a place for it, and obviously there are a lot of agents out there who are super successful for it. It's just not my kind of thing. I'd rather convert as many opportunities as I possibly can and focus on my highest leverage lead gen initiatives. Conversion is a big part of that. So lead conversion comes down to effective appointment setting, effective follow-up, and effective closing. Let's look at follow-up first. Sometimes if you've been contacted by somebody who's interested in buying or selling, or if you've been referred somebody, you have to follow up with them a little bit to set the appointment. You have to have this process dialed in. You have to know what it takes to set the appointment and how many contacts that's going to take. A helpful example might be open houses. If you're doing open houses, those individuals on average take a minimum of 14 contacts to set your initial appointment, okay? So if you are tracking your metrics, you should be tracking how often you are reaching out to these people. If you're only reaching out once or twice before you decide that that lead is garbage, you're leaving so much on the table. You have to have the right methods in place to follow up consistently, and I like to do this in a CRM with a mix of personal touches and automated outreach. This whole initiative, your follow-up system, is designed to lead to an appointment where you can convert the lead from prospect to client. Now, not all clients are going to close. That's a different conversion rate. Mine, for example, is around 75%. It's pretty normal for a high converting pipeline. You have to be able to set the appointment and get them committed at that point. And you have to understand how to compel somebody to hire you and basically like sign your employment agreement and decide to embark on their home ownership or home selling journey with you. And so that's the other part of this. We really want to be looking at how is that appointment or consultation being held and how effective are you at converting. Again, tracking your metrics here to know what your typical conversions from contact to lead to client, client to close. You are going to have fallout at each of these stages, but being able to track them is what's going to help you get better and better at them so that you can really tighten this entire system of lead conversion up. And then finally, that leads us to client retention. And so client retention is our ability to convert clients for life, right? So it's not enough just to get that one deal. You want 5 deals from every client. How do we do that? Well, you have to have the system in place. And when I say 5 deals, every time we get a closing, our work starts there because we understand that the lifetime value for every client is over 6 figures when we do our job right. And so we want the repeat business from that client. We want, after they buy their home, we want their listing 3 years from then. We want the following purchase as well. We want all of their referrals, and we want any investment opportunities they decide to invest and purchase in on the site as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that you can do, but it all goes back to kind of taking that client, putting them back into your database, which brings us back up to square one, where we are constantly generating new business from those opportunities. And then we're full circle. Isn't that kind of cool how that works? If you can master these 3 pieces, your business will grow exponentially without ever having to cold call, ever having to door knock, and without ever wondering where your next client is coming from. And this is what I'm doing for real estate agents in the Market Authority Academy. So the Market Authority Academy is my signature mentorship program where I'm helping walk real estate agents through the proprietary process that I have developed over the last almost decade as a real estate agent, and helping them implement these 3 systems into their business as well. If you're interested in learning how this can work for you, all the details to book a call with my team are below. You can learn a little bit about how we do things in the Market Authority Academy, and we would love to learn about your business. And if it seems like we can help you get to where you want to be, we'll share a little bit about what it looks like to move forward with us. This might be the perfect time going into the new year to start really tightening up your systems and putting these pieces in place. So I'd love to invite you to do that. There you have it, the 3 critical systems that every real estate agent needs to be successful. Go check it out. Look at your lead generation, look at your lead conversion, see if you have that client retention in place, and then get to work. You will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, keep on crushing it.